Welcome back everyone. Today we are flying out the Re-2005. I really enjoyed playing this plane as the Reggiano is a very underestimated plane and very rare to see, and most people don't know how to fight it. The Re-2005 sits in the Italian tech tree at 6.0, which in my opinion is over-tiered. Now, you might be wondering why I'm saying this plane deserves a lower BR. It's because this plane isn't actually that good if the enemy knows how to fight you. The Re-2005 has performance which is in between a Spitfire and a Zero. You use your turn rate to catch enemies off guard and reverse them, but besides that, there isn't much else you can do. If you're fighting an experienced enemy in like a faster plane, it's very hard to gain any advantage as they simply can just run away from you. However, the silver lining of this plane is that it's not seen much in battles. Most people don't fly Italy and therefore do not know how the Re-2005 performs, so they won't fly against it as they should, which gets themselves reversed and killed. It's very fun to bully Superprops that do not know how to fight against this plane. So as you can see here, I am dogfighting Spitfires, and this plane is capable of doing that. Be careful with LF Mark 9s, they can turn better than you, and they also have ridiculous engine power compared to you. However, turn fighting Griffins is not too bad. You can, as long as you use your flaps properly, you can turn inside of him, and it won't be a problem, as you can see here. But yeah, be careful about dogfighting LF Mark 9s and anything Japanese, maybe not K84s. But the LF Mark 9 is basically you, but a lot better in every category. So, I missed the shot, unfortunately. But as long as I just kind of sit behind him, I'm not going to be able to overshoot because my plane is just slower than him. I miss again, but it doesn't matter. He keeps going up. If he dove away there, he may have gotten away, but at this point it's just too late. I get a clean burst in, and I take his plane apart. So moving on here, we have a 5-kill match, and my squad actually gets 15 total kills here, which is pretty insane. I think that's a record for our squad. But anyway, I have a K83 diving on me. I let him kind of extend away so that I could bait him in for the reversal right here. I pitch up over his guns. He's not going to be able to get that shot. And all I have to do is just kind of turn back in front of him, make sure I don't get in front of his guns again. But as long as I bait him into thinking that he's going to get another shot, I can easily reverse him. So moving forward just a bit here, I am above an F4U, and he does pitch up for me, but all I have to do is go back up, and this is pretty self-explanatory. It's a stalled out Corsair. He doesn't dive back down, and he gives me a pretty easy shot. I now turn back in towards the middle of the map, and my squad tells me that I'm good to dive down, and they've got the Spitfire covered. I do see a Corsair over to my right. Me and Virgo decide to go for him together. And if you see Katyusha in the top left of the screen, he actually got me flying the Re-2005, so you can partly thank him for the video. I recently picked this plane up, and I've been having a really fun time in it. But anyway, we have the Corsair. All I have to do is just dodge his guns over them, and then I turn back in front of him. I made a mistake here a bit, because I thought he was going to be faster, but as long as I kind of keep scrolling around in front of his gun sight, he's not going to be able to get a gun solution on me. Now I'm just kind of turning above him, keeping my nose out of his guns, and I reverse him. Kind of some whack aim here, but I do eventually take him out. Virgo gets an assist. And we now move on to the next enemy, a Corsair in the bottom left of the screen. I don't really know what he was doing over here, but it's a free kill, and I'm not going to complain. Free kills are always nice. He turns away, but he's way too slow. I don't even think he saw me here. Now move on to the Spitfire. Katyusha goes for the high altitude LF Mark 9, and he actually later kills him. Tino over here in the Noble Tempest gets a pretty good shot on the Spitfire. I am just going to use my MGs here because he said he didn't get severe damage until now, and that's going to be 5. Moving on to the next match. This is an ace game in a full up tier, where I take a dump on 4 Superprops who do not know how to fight this plane. So first I head on a P-51H. If he pushed the head on, I probably would have broke off, but instead he tries to dodge, more maneuverable plane with 320. 20 mils, and it doesn't go very well for him. I now pitch up for the F7F, and I see that he's going up and not pushing down on me. He flies straight, and at high altitude these guns do have a decent amount of reach, and his plane gets dismantled. Moving on here, just a bit forward, we have a P-51H diving on us. I dodge over his guns, and at this high altitude he's not going to be able to pull enough G's to pitch into me. He does turn pretty well at high speeds though, so I have to be careful. But as long as I keep dancing in front of his guns, giving him the illusion that he's going to get guns on me again, he's going to be able to stick the fight, and I'm going to get a reversal. Just like that, I take his tail off, and that's 3. So skipping forward here, we have a Hornet that I'm diving on. Be careful, this plane does compress pretty badly and doesn't have the highest grip speed. I missed a shot there, but all I have to do is just go up. I turn 3 times better than this guy, and I also have more energy. He's not going to get away from this. And there he goes. Moving on, we have an F-84, who is the last guy left. And he is twice as fast as me, so I want to try and bait him into a reversal. I dodge his guns just barely. I pull back in front of him, and he actually sort of takes the fight, which is kind of surprising, but even though he might not be going that fast for a jet, he's going way faster than me right now, and he's already out of my gun range. But right here, he goes up for the ME-262. I have no idea why. I guess he just kind of forgot about me, and he gives me a pretty easy kill. Moving on, we have another 4-kill game, and this has a pretty intense dogfight towards the end of it. So we start off by diving on a Spitfire. He goes straight up for some reason, and that's not too hard of a shot for me, and he will eventually go down because of that damage. Now I just zoom climb away, because there is a Spitfire behind me and a Hornet above me as well. And these 2 planes are very dangerous to me, as I can never catch the Hornet if he plays it properly, and I can't outperform a Spitfire if he plays it properly. I see the Hornet getting chased, and what I want to do is go to the left and cut him off before he can escape. I am going to be able to get a small window of firing time before he gets out of my gun range. I take the second burst, and I set him on fire. He will put that out because he does have extinguishers, however, he is going to suffer a lot of damage from that, as you can see there. We now dive down on the Spitfire and the P-51. It is an H model, so I do have to be careful. And I do, although the P-51H is technically a more dangerous plane, the Spitfire is basically me but better, so I want him out of the game first, because he turns better than me, climbs better than me, so and so. Unfortunately, I miss. Not enough lead, I'm compressing, but now I can go to the P-51H. I only get a tiny hit on him there, and now I have to dodge the Spitfire as well as the P-51, so I wait, and then I try and dodge both of them at the same time. However, they don't really go for me both. I go for the Spitfire here. I thought that would kill him, but unfortunately it didn't for some reason. That one did cost me a lot of time, and it almost cost me my life, because now I have to dodge him again. I go under, now I go up. He is damaged, but he's definitely not out of the fight. He is a Spitfire LF Mark 9 after all. He goes down, I dodge the other Spitfire. The P-51 is also here, and it's just chaotic. Not much else to say. I dodge the Spitfire. I go back up. The P-51 isn't going to be able to get a shot at me as long as I go straight vertical here, and since I use my landing flaps, the Spitfire isn't quite able to pull into me in this turn. Spitfires do outturn me in the long run, but they don't one-turn me, so I'm able to kind of get away by using my flaps and keeping this trajectory. The Spitfire is dead set on going for me, but all I have to do is just keep going up and using my landing flaps, and as long as I make him slow, he is going to get shot down by my other teammates, and he does the right thing and extends away. However, the P-51 does not. He keeps turning. I'm just spraying at this point. I get a pretty good shot in, but now the Spitfire's back for more. I dodge, go under. He turns back for the Yak 3U. Unfortunately, he's not fast enough to be able to get away from me this time. He also goes vertical, which was a big mistake. And in this situation, since the P-51 is dead, there wasn't much he was going to be able to do in a 2v1 with the Yak 3U. And that is going to be 4. Moving on to one of the last games of the video, and this is just a game where I kind of throw myself into the enemy team. They are all turn fighters, so I do have to be aware, but I do have the altitude advantage. I start off by going for the LF Mark 9 because that is the most dangerous target for me. However, it's a clipped wing, but it doesn't matter. His engine gets set afire anyway. I go for the stalling out J2M2 now. I thought I got severe damage on him there, but that was just the LF Mark 9. I extend away, but then I also realized, oh wait, I'm an Re-2005. I can just go up and then loop back down. Even if you are a turn fighter though, it is important to keep your energy over people if you do have it. J2M is flying very slow, very straight. I now turn back into the 2-0s and the A7. And whoever turns into me, I'm going to shoot at. Instead of going head on, he tries to dodge. I get a very nice shot though. A7M2 comes out of nowhere. I have to dodge under. And this is a very, very risky fight because he does turn better than me. But since I started with more energy and I'm using my landing flaps, the top of the loop, or top of my loop is the bottom of his loop, I can keep going up, and he's not going to have enough energy to be able to pitch up for me again. And I can just kind of hover around back onto his tail, and I one-shot him. Moving on to the last game of the video, we have a Yak 3 above us, and Slowhand, who is my friend over here, and he's in my squad, he's also in an R2005. He wanted me to feature him in a video, and I figured I would, because this is one of the only matches he played with me. But yeah, I figured it'd be a nice thing to do. I start off with reversing the Yak 3P, he turns back in front of me, and he's way too slow. I get a good shot, Slowhand gets a really nice shot, and I get another good shot, and he goes kaboom. That is going to wrap it up for the video. So for just a heads up, my next 2 videos are probably going to be on the D30 Mustang and a controls video. But if you guys have any suggestions on other videos, other ideas, I'm open to hear them. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.